All right, this is probably the best idea I think I have ever had. And even though it goes off focus and topic of why I'm making this diary, which is to stay focused on notes for the documentary. Um, okay, I was explaining to my friend Dave, and we're seeing sort of where we're progressively going in this Go Green initiative and electric power and yada yada yada. But essentially, after everyone falls suit with England for rejecting gasoline based modern produced vehicles, which we know are causing the greenhouse effect on a dominant level, which could allow uh, absurd pollutions by big businesses in a fashion which would still sustain a far worse global warming than if immediately in the next half a century we get off a personalized vehicle emissions pollution. Um, Naturally, the only problem we have with this infrastructural dominant product line being Tesla, with a secret we will never figure out until we learn the arts of business espionage from China, like Kung Fu, and go in and just take it. Which I don't think we're going to do because that wouldn't be very ethical and it wouldn't be fair to Elon. I believe if Elon repackages his marketing structure to create a essentially the communist infrastructure tactic is manifesting a circumstance into which Lego sized industrial boom architecture is being exposed to make very similar imagery on a mass scale without the old fashioned accommodation to having a diversity in architecture. This phenomena will happen for the body style of cars if Tesla doesn't alternatively think about a $5,000 to $10,000 upgrade under which invokes like Herb and Homer in one of the most hilarious Simpsons episodes gives personalized, individualized body customization of these Go Green, soon to be dominantly um, beneficial bang for your buck products to go green in this immediate, sort of leap for man, if you will. So if Elon not only diversifies his portfolio as his money grows, as all the other countries are like, England's right, we can't allow people to create emissions in a world where telling people what to do, uh, when really we're trying to infuse the tangible legislation of our individual ethics to self discern what makes the most sense. And naturally, buying a Tesla to erode and implement a non pollution based supply demand system for getting from point A to point B will be more palatable if not only create a diversity in body styles in what will become the growing best stock on the planet, in a circumstance where it's like a never ending winning lottery ticket for this point in time in society where Elon has a patent on the best electronic devices to submit the pollution bias, which is growing for profiteering in a manner under which could be immediately eroded by people's shareholding a socialist ideology where we all tangibly own that which presumes a production line for our survival basis, whether that be land or an electric horse, considerable to our ultimate survival. Um, uh, one of these guys might bust Elon's technological advancements and put it on the market, sort of like when Netscape made their OS system um, upgradable by any given programmer on the planet, which was a very unique product line advancement to a non profiteering competitive movement. But without getting convoluted, what I'm trying to say is this: Elon, if you can for $5,000 to $10,000 make a production line capable of sort of 3D mass producing a printer system which gives people a graphical medium to customize their own car body style based on whatever they think looks cool or professional or sleek or adequate in any way, shape, or form, you win. You can do that. You can give people the power to customize their body kits before investing in a what in the your product essentially implicates people will be of owners of a single major bill payment which gets them to work and from work for decades as opposed to a decade. For many years now we've come to a place where the um, personal vehicle now is capable of ownership for a couple decades, and it will work appropriately and cost effectively, still be a, a sensible product to take concern with. But with this electric move, you're looking at people who infuse an ownership of a critical survival, which is your horse, your vehicle to get from point A to point B, and house that engine for a lifetime because electric engines don't go bad. So, how do you implicate and adapt to a market which wants something sexy, new, and interesting? Or, aka, customized to an original decision which gives them architecturally an aesthetic edge on their implication to uh, create something that makes them feel like they've got something to bling out with. Um, Again, you're going to have the best engine, you're going to have the best go green technology to end the global sort of strangle on our ozone with your sophisticated engineering of electric motors. So, give people with the ability to protect those motors, not crash those motors with self-driving system stuff, the option to customize their body style. And people won't get annoyed that after the turn of the 30th millennia, if I'm saying that properly, you're you're going to be a sort of competitive domineer of this electrical industry to unpollute the world. You're going to make all the money. You're going to be the biggest CEO on the planet, the biggest founder on the planet, with the most wealth, and you'll never have to go to these heavy hitters again for funding for NASA. Tesla, if it diversifies its aesthetic value and intrigues a buyer to take fashionable responsibility of a creative invention into how they see a aesthetically beautiful car body. You erode that sort of commonality in aesthetic mass production. So, from a marketing standpoint, all I'm saying is, Herb, let Homer decide what's cool for $5,000 to $10,000 in your mass production line and figure out the AI 3D printing production body style methodologies under which could facilitate this for something which won't bankrupt you. And frankly, the little Swedish girl will not make us all feel like a bunch of jerks because the emissions of gasoline based operations for personalized vehicle usage will end global warming. And everyone will feel really cool doing it because they get to design their own car style. You can have printable choices and or totally customizable options in the future. Um, unless the Chinese figure out how to steal your product concept and engineering science, I think this is the most beneficial cosm to reduce the greenhouse effect, actually, as silly as it might seem.